They say the worst part isn't the fall. It's what comes after the landing. You've just gone through what people call an ego death. Maybe it happened during a spiritual awakening. Maybe it came during a crisis, a breakup, a deep journey with psychedelics, or after many years of inner struggle. However it happened, you felt it. The version of you that you held on to for so long is gone. It broke apart, and for a moment it felt peaceful, even freeing. But now, you're just stuck. There's silence. No goals, no drive, no clear sense of who you are. Just this empty space where you used to be. And this is where most people feel lost. We think being enlightened means glowing all the time, being happy in some magical way. But that's not real. The truth is, it's messy. It's confusing. It can leave you lying there asking yourself, why does anything matter anymore? Carl Jung, the Swiss psychologist, understood this part more than most. He called it the death of the persona, the moment the mask we wear for society falls away, and we finally see how much of our life was shaped by fear, by trying to please others, by ego. But Jung also believed this collapse is not the end. It's a beginning. It's the birth of something much more real than the fake mask you wore before. So now the question is, how do you move forward after ego death? How do you take action again, real action, without faking it? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. And trust me, it's not about becoming super productive again. It's about something much deeper. It's about learning to move from the soul, to find a kind of motivation that doesn't come from ego or outside rewards, but from truth. Carl Jung gave us some powerful insights. So stay with me to the end, because we're going to completely change how you think about motivation, purpose, and healing. And by the end of this video, you'll have a new way to move forward. Not back to your old self, but toward the version of you that was always hiding underneath. Here's where most people end up after ego death, in the void. It's not quite depression. It's not total apathy. It's more like nothing feels real anymore. The things you used to chase, success, popularity, being somebody, they don't feel important. Your goals feel empty. Affirmations feel fake. Vision boards gather dust. It's not that you don't have motivation. It's that you don't know who to be motivated for. Jung said that at this point we have two choices. Go back to our old identity and try to numb ourselves. Begin something he called individuation. That means starting the slow, sometimes painful path of discovering your true self. Not the self you built for others, but the one that's been hiding inside you all along. Jung said, in each of us there is another whom we do not know. He speaks to us in dreams and tells us how differently. He sees us from the way we see ourselves. This is how your new direction starts. Not by forcing anything, but by listening. Let's be honest, this part is really confusing. You're not lazy. You're trying to reset. You're becoming aware that much of your life was built on survival, not on true power. So if you're in that place right now, where nothing feels exciting and the old goals don't mean anything, don't panic. You're not broken. You're shifting. Jung didn't believe the unconscious would abandon you. He believed it would send signs, symbols, dreams, quiet feelings and random thoughts that help guide you to the next step. But to hear those messages, you have to stay open. The new self can't be forced, but it will show up. Before we keep going, if you love exploring deep ideas and the inner world, subscribe to Esoteric Nexus, so you never miss a moment of truth, clarity, or growth. Now back to the journey. You've hit the void, that space after ego death where nothing feels right, and nothing new has taken its place. Let's be real, this part is tiring. You're not doing much, but you feel exhausted. You want to move. You want to create. You want to build something real, but your body and mind feel disconnected. Everything feels slow, heavy, and pointless. But here's a strange truth. What's keeping you stuck might not be the tiredness, but your resistance to the tiredness. I know that sounds strange, but every time you feel tired and then judge yourself for it, you're not resting. You're fighting, and that inner fight is what drains you, not the tiredness itself, but the battle against it. Jung knew this. He said, what you resist not only persists, but will grow in size. He was talking about the shadow, the part of us we push away and try not to feel. When we resist what's inside, we split from ourselves. We lose energy. We pretend we're okay when we're not. But what happens if you stop fighting? What if you just let yourself be tired, fully? What if instead of being ashamed for not having motivation, you just felt it, breathed with it, listened to it? Then something happens. You start to feel what's under the surface. And when you stop judging your low energy, you make space for it to change. Let's look at this in a real-life example. You're lying in bed, you feel like nothing matters, and your inner voice starts saying, "You're wasting time. Get up, you're being lazy." But what if instead you said, "I feel lazy right now. That's okay. I'm going to feel it and not fight it." Your body would relax, your mind would soften, and maybe 10 minutes or an hour later, you'd feel a little spark, a new thought, a small urge to move, to write, to go for a walk. That's not forced motivation. That's natural energy coming back. That small spark. That's where real motivation comes from. Not from pressure. Not from trying to fix yourself, but from allowing yourself to be exactly where you are, without shame. Carl Jung believed that the true self is always speaking to us. But when we judge ourselves, we can't hear it. You can think of it like a quiet radio signal. It's always broadcasting. But if you're surrounded by loud noise, you won't hear the message. The noise is your self-judgment. The message is your soul. So if you're waiting for motivation to come back, don't try to get over the ego death. Don't try to go back to who you were. You're not supposed to go back. You're supposed to go inward. Let's talk about something Jung saw again and again in his patients. The difference between willpower and inner alignment. Many people try to heal using willpower. They set goals. They push themselves. They fake it till they make it. But there's a limit. Willpower eventually runs out because it's trying to force a version of you that doesn't feel real anymore. Jung believed that true energy comes from being in harmony with your unconscious. In other words, you feel motivated when your soul agrees with your actions, when what you're doing feels right on a deep level, not because someone told you to do it, not because it makes you look good, but because it's true to you. This is why many spiritually awakened people feel stuck, because they can't go back to living a fake life. But they also haven't found their new path yet. So if you're there right now, here's what you can do. Start very small. Don't chase a huge purpose right away. Instead, notice the little things that feel real. The way your chest softens when you hear a certain song. The peacefulness you feel when you write in your journal. The gentle energy that rises when you take a walk in silence. These moments may seem small, but they're not. They are your soul whispering, "This way. Keep going. You're coming back to yourself." There's another piece to this that's really important, and it might be the part that changes everything for you. It's about how we view progress. In the old mindset, before your awakening, progress meant control. Make more money, get more followers, achieve more, do more. But after ego death, your soul doesn't care about that anymore. Your soul doesn't measure progress in numbers. It measures it in truth. Progress now means, are you being honest with yourself? Are you doing what feels right for your nervous system, your heart, your energy? Are you choosing peace over performance? You might be doing less than before, but feeling more whole. That is progress. You might have fewer goals, but more presence. That is progress. You might not know who you are, but you're no longer pretending to be someone you're not. That is real progress. Carl Jung believed that when we go through these inner deaths, we're not falling apart. We're falling inward, back into the center of who we really are. He said, "The privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are." And this journey, though painful, lonely, and uncertain, is the beginning of that becoming. So if you feel unmotivated right now, that's not a failure. That's a signal. You are healing from the inside out. And healing isn't loud. It's quiet, subtle, often invisible. But every moment you stop judging yourself, every time you give yourself grace, every time you listen instead of force, you're rebuilding yourself from truth. And one day when you're ready, motivation won't come from fear or pressure. It will come from peace. And that motivation will last, because it will be yours. If this video helped you see your path more clearly, share it with someone else who might need to hear it. And don't forget to subscribe to Esoteric Nexus for more deep dives into healing, Jungian psychology, and inner transformation. You're not behind. You're not broken. You're becoming. And the world needs the real you, even if you're still figuring out who that is.